Ladies and gentlemen, for another week, it's the Birds Forever Mobb podcast. I'm your host, BG, followed by the usual suspects. KP.
What's up?
Are you cooking over there?
Yeah, I'm Rachel Ray out here, people.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Show.
Okay. All right. All right. Wes, what's good, man?
Hey, man, what's good, fam?
Chris, what's up, Golden Eagle?
What's up, bro? What's up, man?
Hey, bro.
Chilling.
Hey, first and foremost, we just gotta let y'all know this podcast is brought to you by our official Workhorse Athletics, the one that get the job done in the Gold Coast. And then thank you to Mr. T Bobby for our intro music. If you are listening on iTunes and Spotify, you can follow T Bobby on IG, T_Bobby, BOBBY_94. All right. Now that all that, the bills are paid and shit like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Schedule came out. We got that shit already, but we're gonna touch on it in a few minutes. First and foremost, we all went to the Phillies game last night at Nationals Park. Did y'all have fun?
Yeah,
For sure.
chill. It's just, Nats got their asses kicked.
That's all true.
Good. That's your problem. That's your problem.
That sounds like a personal motherfucking problem. Ain't nobody tell you to root for a baseball team that ain't been here your whole life.
Exactly. You could have been an Orioles fan.
You guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could have been.
Welcome back.
Hey, man, we could say the same thing about Ravens fans.
I mean, I can. I won't though. I like most of them.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Stop making ugly faces, KP.
I don't know what's happening. I can't hear you guys. You're in and out.
Because you need to be on your computer, not your phone.
Ring a ding ding.
Try to boil, people.
Listen, you and your Boost mobile Wi-Fi, okay?
Sir, I have.
Wait. Did you say you waiting for your stir fry to boil?
Yeah, because then I have to put the rice in.
Oh shit! Here goes Chef West.
Shit!
I'm just gonna sip my shit real quick. Anyways,
I was just asking the question.
Well, KP, we were asking about how you enjoyed the baseball game last night. You watching Bryce Harper's ass the whole time.
Yeah, I dead ass was because we missed his first home run of the evening. But
whose fault was that?
Yo, later in the season, to all of our listeners, I definitely wanted to do another Phils game, and I feel like we should have everybody just come show up and fuck shit up, and by fuck shit up I mean scream at for 4 hours.
Nah, we gotta do that shit at the bank, man. We gotta go up top.
Down.
We gotta go to Philly. We gotta do that shit.
I'm in for that.
Yeah. You wear your Nationals gear out there, motherfucker.
Yeah,
what little bit of Nationals gear you had on yesterday?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, the Nats hat.
Yeah, it's just like you with your little Phillies hat.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, I mean, you took your shots at me. I'm taking shots at you, sir.
I'm a trendsetter, brother. Don't knock my style, okay?
Nah, you just following the wave. Shut the hell up.
Follow the wave.
Follow the wave. Anyway, listen. We got people watching us, okay? We about to talk some shit. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm about to just ask you a quick question. How y'all feel about the schedule coming out? And if you ever seen the schedule, what game are you looking forward to? Because that shit out already.
Week 17.
You some shit, yo.
What? The season will be over and we can get that shit.
You just looking for cheap tickets to that toilet bowl of a fucked up ass stadium.
No, I'm joking. I ain't sweating.
I'm going to that game for $30 a person. I'm going.
I'm going for a free tank of gas and a daggone hoagie.
There you go.
That honestly sounds like a pretty good deal for that shitty ass game.
No bullshit. Okay, so let me the schedule out since it's out. We start at week 1 at Atlanta. Week 2, home opener, San Francisco. We go to Dallas week 3. Kansas City comes to town. Week 4, Carolina week 5 in Charlotte. Tampa Bay and Philly week 6. That Vegas Raiders game, a lot of Eagles fans think about going week 7. Then we have to go to Detroit week 8. Then we come home week 9 for the Chargers. We got to go to Denver where half the players might be smoking weed week 10. We got the Saints finally not in the Superdome week 11. Then we got those little whiny ass, piss ass vagina Giants week 12 at MetLife. We go back to MetLife week 13 with the Jets. We got our bye. We got a bye week 14. That's fucking crazy.
That's a long ass time.
Now, week 15 is to be determined. I guess based on flexing, but week 15 we got the Washington football team.
I don't know why they left that open. Like it's going to be any competition between our two bum ass teams of the division. But
We'll see. Then the Vaginas make a comeback to Philly. Then we go to that toilet bowl of a stadium, week 17 in FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Week 18, we finish it with the Dallas Cowboys at home. That was a lot.
I know.
That is a lot.
That was a lot. I have an issue with that because even though are we still having four playoff games? I mean, 4 preseason games?
3.
No, it's 3.
Yeah, it's downsized by 1, right?
I still think we need 2 fucking buys. Fuck that shit.
I agree.
And we got to buy 2. We don't have a buy till week 14. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I like to have. I'm a fan of the late buys, but at the same time, like, damn, we got to see Tom Brady and some other people before that.
Well, we also
Patrick Mahomes.
We got to see my homie. We might have to see Justin Fields. Not Justin Fields. We might have to see Trey Lance.
Yeah.
See what Trey Lance looks like by then.
We got to see Kyle Pitts.
Week 1.
Yeah, this week 1.
Give me your thoughts, people, because I'm just gonna sip right now.
I mean, we already knew who the opponents was, where it was gonna be at. We just didn't know the timing of the whole schedule. We didn't know when we was gonna get the bye. So I mean, just them putting the schedule out is just pretty much it's a hard schedule the way it falls based off the late bye. Like we're always injured, so shit, we can't get healthy until week 14. You know,
but you know what the crazy part is? They said the Eagles have the easiest schedule this year, and I think that's absolutely.
The easiest or one of the top 5?
No, easiest.
I mean, you got to remember,
I thought it was Pittsburgh.
We got a 4th. No, there's no way they got a easier schedule.
No, they went to the playoffs. No way.
We have a 4th place schedule, so that already makes it easier than them.
I think that's bullshit because you never know what team is going to be on the up and coming.
Correct.
This season, you're basing that on the last fucking season. Exactly.
Right. I mean, but with that being said, like, how would we know that we were going to see the NFC South this season, and the NFC South just happens to be good now because of the Bucs?
I mean, we knew we were going to see the NFC South. That was already pre-planned.
We already knew that was the division that we were going to get. What 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
3 years ago, we didn't know Tom Brady was going to go to the Bucs and win a Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the luck of the draw. I feel like
you look at it like you go. Okay, we go to Carolina. We got to see what's his face from the Jets. I can't think of his name. Right?
Darnold.
We got to see Darnold Schwarzenegger. Then we don't know who the fucking quarterback is going to be in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the 2 teams we know definitely about the talent is Atlanta and Tampa Bay. You know that on both those offenses, let's give or take a little bit with Matt Ryan, are legit. So,
I mean, listen, more or less, I see your point. I also think, BG, you know, something that even Wes kind of just said earlier is there's this theme of, you know, randomness and only time may tell and arbitrary kind of, you know, guesses at things. You know, you're worried about Trey Lance, Kyle Pitts, all these young guys. I think a lot of them, you know, speaking of the Falcons, could have a huge breakout season or a good rookie year like Calvin Ridley did out of Alabama. Chris, I see you. I know. But I mean, we don't know how good these kids are going to be. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even know what exactly. Who's over in LA at the Chargers? Drew Lock?
That's Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. Listen, I get everybody.
No, he's real. No,
he's
real.
He's real. Washington, week 1. That's a different story.
He's real.
I'll believe when I see it, but I'm just saying
I
there's
saw
a lot
it.
of ambiguity to the schedule, so I don't think that we can say that it's as hard as, you know, we want to put it out to be.
But you know what though, with what you're saying, I agree. But I agree to a point where it's certain positions. You kind of quarterback is probably the most important position in the league, and when it comes to that, you look at it as who's going to fail, who's going to succeed. When it comes to those skill positions, it's very, very rare in the top 10, let's say top 5, just to play devil's advocate, that somebody's going to a skill position, wide receiver, running back, tight end is going to suck. Kyle Pitts is something different.
Yeah, but what about Matt Ryan throwing to him?
I mean,
On a bad day, dude.
a quarterback's two best friends are the run game and a tight end.
All day long.
Not to mention he got what? Ridley and Julio.
Yeah, right. And you don't have to throw to Julio 27 times a game.
Not to mention our secondary is pretty bad right now.
I am worried about Atlanta, but I'm still more worried about Julio and Calvin Ridley than I am.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. And you say that based off the same concerns that I have. Mm-hmm. You don't know who's the second corner. You don't know what linebackers we're starting.
That's so true.
And there it is. And with Rodney coming off of an ACL, you don't know who the second safety is. You don't know if Rodney's 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like
exactly.
He's going to try to be, dude, and I feel like that's going to be a problem. I can see him pulling it in the first few weeks of the year.
I'll just say this. Trust me. He'll be back. Let's just say that. Rodney.
I think the secondary is going to be the biggest problem this year. That's going to be our biggest weakness.
Yeah, I mean,
without a doubt.
What do you guys think about this Jordan Hicks deal? Has anyone seen this?
Yes. Yeah, Chris, you got that. You said what you said early this morning.
Oh no, man! I love Jordan Hicks, but we gotta go young, man.
How old is he?
He's like what, 32 at this point? 31?
Is he 31?
I think so.
Let's go with the BFM researcher, Mr. Wesley Mitchell.
He's 28.
Oh wow!
Trade for him.
He'll be 29.
You would bring him back?
Right there. Yes.
He's got 2 years then. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You put him and Singleton there, and then you bring one of the youngins, Bradley, Davion, Patrick Johnson, one of those guys.
Well, didn't we just sign a linebacker though? What's his name?
Who?
From Minnesota?
No, that was a safety, bro.
No, we got a linebacker too.
From Minnesota?
I think so.
You talking about when we got Jordan Howard?
That man's a running back.
That was a safety.
No, you talk about Harris as a safety. Didn't we pick up a linebacker too? Wilson, I think is his name. Hold on.
He might play for the Nationals.
Oh, him?
Eric Wilson.
Oh, yeah, him.
Yeah.
Him.
You know what? I look at it like this. I see the trend. If you look at, and I'm gonna touch on something in a few minutes. If you look at the trend with Nick Sirianni, what he's doing right now, as far as competition is concerned, you look at Davion Taylor, you look at Alex Singleton, you look at Sean Bradley, you look at the two linebackers we picked up in the draft, and then Eric Wilson. It's going to be a competition thing. It's really going to be a competition thing. You look at the running backs. We signed Jordan Howard. We know Miles is the man. Boston Scott is still there. Elijah Holyfield. Agent Killings is still Kerryon Johnson. So I think that at certain positions, and you're going to see the trend, and I think I see it already, where where his value is with position wise. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of linebackers into play. It's a lot of running backs into play. You know what I mean? We only got 3 quarterbacks. We got a bunch.
What would you give up? What would you give up for Hicks?
A third.
Ertz.
They should get Colin Murray a tight end. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Who's our tight end behind Goddard then?
You.
Oh boy,
that ass can't run that fast.
Oh boy, we just drafted. We'll probably have to move up. But he.
Yeah, you talking about? Are you talking about the mullet?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. For those who aren't aware who the mullet is, just do your research.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then the 3 preseason games is the Steelers, Patriots, and Jets. And we play the Jets in the regular season. Go figure.
So Steelers in that order: Steelers, Patriots, Jets.
Yes.
So that leads me to wonder and ask you 3 this question right now: is there still going to be that dress rehearsal game?
Game 3? I would make a game 2.
Game 2
do you really though? But how do you decide which players are actually going to make the team, whether they be free agent or whether they be rookies?
Well, I think like the dress rehearsals for the veterans. That's game 2. Game 3 is going to be the ones to see who makes the actual team that's on the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you thinking 1 and 3? are for the ones that trying to make the team.
Correct.
Okay. That makes sense. I hate that preseason is a.
I know.
They
Right?
should have. If that's the case, they should have extended the preseason.
I see it as them making up for not having a second bye, which is shitty and not fair.
Eventually, you're going to see when the rules come out, like when the competition committee come out, you're going to see one team that probably votes puts up a second bye.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that the league wants 18 games in total at the end, right?
Then it's
They're
got to
going
go
to do this slowly.
You got to go.
Just go to 2 preseason games. They're not going to.
You have.
They're going to have to go with 2 buys at that point.
You're gonna have to go.
The Association's never gonna go for that without any buys. Or
listen.
Listen.
The average length of time for an NFL player is 2 to 3 years, and that's because of contact, the wear and tear that's on your body, etc. You have to respect the players. Like, let's be real.
With the rise in awareness of actual health conditions that come from the game, muscular issues, all that kind of stuff with your nerves. There's no way they're ever going to go without serious medical precautions being taken.
No, but you're not wrong with that mental part because the mental part is a big play in it as well. That CTE situation, it's not a situation where it's just, oh yeah, you have headaches or you're going to shoot yourself.
You bumped your head.
Right. You have. Let's go to our Eagles player. Let's go to Andre Dirty Waters.
Yeah.
Andre Dirty Waters killed himself, and they attributed it to CTE.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It becomes mental. You lose motor skills. You know what I'm saying?
Or, I mean, they could be out here hurting other people. I hate to bring up Aaron Fernandez, but like,
did you say
Fernandez? That's a good example.
Did you say Fernandez?
I thought I said Hernandez. I'm sorry.
Oh,
yes, you did.
You did. It's all good. Yeah, but you know what? You're absolutely correct. It's a sense of. But you know what though? I'll say this, and this is a different topic for a different day. You have these owners out here who are trying to make money, and they push these players to a certain extent where they have to be the best. In order to be the best, you have to do everything to be the best, whether it be eating right, whether it be hanging with certain circles, whether it be exercising, whether it be, it could be anything. You're pushing a human being to the limit, physically and mentally, for a paycheck. You know what I mean? And that's, and in some cases, that's all they know. Some players go to college because that's all they know. Some players go to college to get the degree and try to do something further.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. But back to the schedule. I'm just pissed off at these first 5 games. Atlanta.
You think they're all going to be losses?
No. So next week we're going to do So you guys are going to do your homework. I'm gonna make you do your homework. I'm giving you an assignment. I need a real prediction. But as of this week,
of record,
the road with yeah. I'll make you do your homework.
Are we gonna do it like we did our 2021 records way out in advance? Because I thought that was really fun. Yes.
Yeah.
You're doing it next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah. So we look at the schedule. We have Atlanta. We briefly talked about that. And we talked about the situation where we don't know what Atlanta's going to do. San Francisco's another one. I'm just unsure of. We don't know what. I'll just say this. I'm basing it off of we don't know what Nick Sirianni's offense and Jonathan Gannon's defense is going to look like. So let's go from there.
New look,
Exactly. So
also that it was Sirianni. I mean, Gannon's defense is going to be 4-3.
That's fine with a 4-3, but there's so many different details with a 4-3. Are you going to be blitz heavy? Are you going to go wide 9? Are you going to be a two linebacker 4-3? Like it's a lot that goes with that. We were a 4-3 last year with Jim Schwartz, and the secondary was bend but don't break pass rush.
You mean bend like a curly straw?
There it is. Needless to say, it's a situation where you have to. It's so many different schemes and how it works for us. Me personally, and I'm gonna, you know what? Before I dip into the first 5 weeks, I'm gonna ask you all this question. KP, your dad's a defensive coordinator.
Mhm.
Wes, you know your shit. Chris, tell me how you feel. Me personally, I read an article a while back that Jonathan Gannon is a student of Mike Zimmer. I like what he does with those two linebackers up the A gap in Minnesota. I like a balance of blitz. I like a balance of straight pass rush. Y'all tell me what y'all want to see out of that 4-3.
I think that I would like to see an increase in not only pass rush but also blitzes. I think that would be a really good idea for this, untested kind of, interestingly, built defensive line, and then the back half of the defense. I would really like to see a lot more blitzes. I'd like to see a lot more pass rushing. I want to see us take more, I guess, of like an offensive, aggressive view of our defense. You're right, we were bend but don't break. We had a really bad secondary we have for just years and years. Fuck that. Let's go on the offensive. Let's teach these young guys, let's teach these raw guys how to fucking get after it. You know what I mean? I love that shit.
Oh, okay. Chris?
She pretty much took the words out of my mouth because, like she said, I expect more blitzes simply because our secondary is still a question mark. So we need to pressure the quarterback a lot more to help out with the secondary because, it's, like we said before, it's a question mark. We only have Slade that's a proven veteran out there, and we don't know how Rod's going to be once he comes back.
Right.
And the other two positions is a question mark. So we need to be.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I was just going to add your point, but I don't cut you off. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, you're good. That's pretty much it.
No, I mean, we talked a lot at the draft about how everyone in the division, there's Scary Terry, there's Amari, the Giants have their own wideouts, the Cowboys have fucking everybody. Chris, I think, you bringing up that we need to kind of push pressure on the front end in order to save the secondary's ass. I think that's a really good way to try to quietly go about winning the division because we don't have the secondary support for those deep threats. You know what I mean?
I got something to say about that, but I'm gonna go to West next.
Sorry.
I mean,
you're fine.
I've been saying it for the last 2 years. I mean, shit. Well, for ages. I mean, I was saying Jim Schwartz needed to bring the blitz, but mainly the front four needed to get home, and the front four hasn't been getting home in ages. So we definitely have to get after the quarterback to the point where our corners aren't covering all damn day long. It's that simple. Like, if it's to the point where you got to bring 6 every now and then, you got to bring 7, whatever. Yo, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your corners can't cover all damn day, and especially not young corners. It doesn't work that way.
Yo, Wes, you and I talked all year last year about how the front four are fucking gas, and that's why the defense would just go, mid-second quarter, beginning of the third quarter. I think that's a good idea too, conserving energy.
Yeah, I mean, the front four just legit has to get home, and then once the front four gets home, then you can start bringing the blitz packages. And, even if the, front four doesn't get to the quarterback, if they're applying the pressure, at least, you know what I'm saying, then they'll say, okay, let's bring this extra man in, and that would happen.
Weren't we top 5 in sacks last year?
Yeah.
So the numbers are there, but you got to remember, how long were we on the damn field? Right?
I don't think that's a
that is true,
though, Chris, because it was individual people. Fletch, obviously, BG had a career high, and I think NFL high sack record last year. Yeah. He was up there with
I'm going to say
two others.
I think BG had 10 sacks.
I'm gonna say this: if you done your homework on Jonathan Gannon as our defensive coordinator when he was with the Colts, he was a secondary coach last year. They had a lot of interceptions last year.
Oh boy!
And he had one big name in that secondary.
Oh, Rhodes.
Xavier Rhodes, right? He had a lot of no names, but they balled out for him.
That's what I'm saying.
With the optimistic thinking, I'm hoping that he can concentrate a lot of his strengths on the secondary, and I think that's a possibility why we didn't go heavy corner in the draft.
Listen,
because
if
we
this, go ahead. I'm sorry, BG.
no, you good. I'm just gonna leave it at this. It's with every position, it's a wait and see situation. It's just like in 2013 when we were all sitting around waiting to see what Chip Kelly was going to do.
Yeah.
It's just like 2016 when we were all sitting around and waiting to see what Doug Peterson was going to do. It's a wait and see situation. We're basing it off of what we saw last year or the past couple years. And we have to understand that it has to be an optimistic way of thinking to the point where it can go bad real fast or it can go good real fast.
Correct.
Or it can just go, or it can be on the up and up. Needless to say, we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, and I say the optimism, to the point where, okay, you're looking at, what Gannon did with the corners, and just like we're looking at, what Nick did with the receivers, like, okay, well, maybe our receivers might be some, worth some shit this year, So, like,
and you look at it.
Receivers in the secondary now, so.
Right. If you look at it, bro, like, you look at the situation where we last year drafted heavy wide receiver, and we drafted two or picked up two wide receivers in a draft, and we picked up we picked up two people in the secondary. So, like you said, Wes,
you talking about last year?
No, this year, man.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
You did say last year.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. You look at it as a situation where we didn't go heavy at. It's one of Nick Sirianni's strength in wide receiver and Jonathan Gannon's strength in secondary. So it's a wait and see situation right now. I'm hoping, honestly, I tried to tell myself that I wasn't going to get excited for this schedule release. And the only thing I was getting excited about was the whole Vegas trip thing. Like, I'm excited now.
Yeah, I mean, so just to expand on your points with coaching, BG, I think after the initial shock and anger of, the recent coaching hires for us, I think there is something to be said. We now have a defensive coordinator who specialized or has a background in, coaching the secondary. We now have a head coach who specialized in coaching wide receivers. Those are two of our, biggest weaknesses or biggest needs. And I just said, we have all this undeveloped talent in both of those places. JJ, dare I say it, Raybor, dare I say it, Strap, all of them on defense. I genuinely think that we have a lot of just raw talent that really needs to be hammered together to make something. And I really like, these two, I guess, younger, dark horse coaching candidates to see what they can do. I really think that this season, like I said earlier, with just the arbitrary nature of the schedule, I think it's going to be a wait and see kind of thing. We don't fucking know. I mean, I've told you guys already, I kind of think Sirianni's sort of an idiot and I'm not sure about him. And, Sophie would yell at me if and when she listens to this. Hi, Sophie. I don't know if we're going to have a sort of McVay effect situation where we, hire this young guy and he blows it up because we have all these young kids who need to be, helped and worked on. You know what I mean? There's no way to know. And so I think I can echo your sentiment in saying that I'm really excited to see what this season's going to bring, because more than anything else, this is kind of like a hard random season. It's going to be a litmus test for this system right away. Immediately.
Yeah. So we're going to go back to go back to what I was saying earlier about the first 5 weeks. Literally, I'm sorry. The Falcons and the 49ers are two question marks for me, but
they're definitely winnable.
Yeah, they're winnable.
Yeah, those are winnable.
That Dallas is winnable.
Yeah, because it's a division game.
Right. Kansas City, shit.
Nope.
Nope. Listen. Patrick Mahomes comes to the link on my fucking birthday. Listen.
Happy birthday, bro.
It's the worst birthday ever.
You shitting me. Shout out to Dre. And then week five is Carolina. That's winnable.
Yeah.
And then, oh God.
TB12.
Yeah.
We're still on the first 5 weeks. So, I think the best case scenario for the first 5 weeks, and this is just being, optimistic based off of games being winnable. The best case scenario will be 4-1. That's the best case. Now, will we go 4-1?
Damn, that's very optimistic.
Yeah. That's
what you think about if you look at each game minus the KC game. Aren't they winnable?
There's so many question marks.
No.
In the first 5 weeks, yes, that's real.
That's all I'm saying.
That's 4-1. To me, that's best case scenario.
So you're looking like all right, Chris. Let me ask you this: going into the season, if I said, okay, we're playing the Falcons, what would you say?
I don't think we will win. I think they'll beat us.
Okay, and what about the 49ers?
We're also going down to the Mercedes-Benz Arena. I think there's.
If the 49ers can replicate what they did,
okay, if they can, next. You said if they can, so they got to do an if factor.
I see us.
Of course, everything is an if factor because we don't know what to expect.
Right. I don't see us playing. I don't see us end up playing Trey Lance. I see us playing Garoppolo.
Facts.
Yeah. I do.
I see us playing Garoppolo.
I sure as hell hope so.
And then Dallas is always 50-50. It's a division game.
With Dallas, okay, so let me explain.
At Dallas or at home?
No, we're at Dallas.
Yeah.
Damn, that's early.
Early, which I like.
But think about this. Think about this. Let's just look at this shit. We're at Atlanta. The Georgia Dome, I mean, with the Mercedes-Benz, whatever the fuck it's called, is going to be lit that week. They're going to be hyped. They're going to be hyped. That win or loss right there. That's 50-50 for me. San Francisco.
I agree.
That's our home opener is going to be lit. You know what? I think that's 60-40 us.
So that's exactly what I kind of wanted to bring up next. So what I'm saying is, we go down to Mercedes-Benz, and I think, the point that was brought up about knocking the rust off and who's playing when in the preseason, I think that Atlanta is really going to be our knocking the rust off, getting polished game. Because you know what? I think we're going to have, the rookies, the new guys, our bubble guys, are they making the roster? We're going to see them play all 3 games. I think that we're going to start to see the veterans come in, second game, third game. If Fletch and them want to go in for a series, third game, great.
Right.
You're not going to really see both of those groups playing together for the first time until that Atlanta game.
Yeah, and I look at it like this: Atlanta's defense is some shit.
Bingo.
Yeah, they really are.
So basically, I'm saying off the strength of if they I look at it as Atlanta's going to be a pretty much. Hold up, they got a new coach too, though, right? Who's their coach again?
Yeah, Arthur Smith, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's defensive too. That's the tight end. That's the coach, the defensive coordinator for the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say this. The game is winnable, but I'll give you my prediction.
Wait. Bob, he was the offensive coordinator. Go ahead.
In Atlanta?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, he's the offensive
coordinator. Oh, trust me. He ain't got no Derrick Henry.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah.
I definitely could see us losing game 1, everyone shitting a brick and saying we're going to suck. And then them coming, the Niners coming to the link be fucking rocking. And, they lose the game, we're 500 and everybody's happy.
I almost want to go to that game.
Well, so, I don't remember if this came out technically yesterday and we all talked about it, but I know it was really publicized today. The link is going to be back at full capacity this season. I think more than anyone else in the league, home field advantage is stronger for us because we're all fucking crazy people. I think that a lot more of our home games this year become winnable because we're back in the stands.
Who you talking about? I ain't crazy.
Oh,
the rest of the no. I'm normal. The rest of the world is fucked up.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Yeah, straight up.
I do see it. It's from yelling for Bryce, by the way.
I do see Atlanta and Dallas being a shootout games because Dallas defense ain't that good either.
Dallas got a lot to prove, you guys.
Oh, yes, they do.
I've said this to you a couple of times. Dallas is built for a shootout.
Exactly.
The only thing with Dallas is when you're built for a shootout, your quarterback has to be ready to come out early, passing the ball at least, let's say, first to second quarter, maybe 10 to 15 times. Mm-hmm. And the fucked up part is that coming off the injury that he's come off of. Do you want to put your quarterback in that situation where he's dropping back 10 to 15 times? You know what I mean? So you ask yourself the question, do I want to give it to Zeke at least Or
And I
Tony
think that's gonna
Zeke
be-
and Tony Pollard 10 to 15 times.
I mean, I think
But you know,
that's gonna be a
McCarthy is
difficult
not a
question for
run happy
Mike
guy. He's more pass happy.
I'm sorry.
I mean, no. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like everybody has to change. Everybody has to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It
that's
is what
exactly
it
Is
is.
what
he
I was
willing to
gonna say.
adapt?
I
Is the
think
real
that's going
question.
to be a difficult situation for Mike McCarthy, just because we did see Dak kind of have a slower year last year. Not even just because of injuries, but a lot of people's D lines were really starting to figure Dak and the Cowboys offense out. I think it'll be really interesting to see, if they're worried about Dak's, what was it, ACL, leg? It was a leg break, right?
Ankle.
There it is. Yeah,
It was everything from the knee down.
I
Yeah, I
know,
was about to say,
That shit was
not
nasty.
cute, but yeah, I mean, they're going to be worried about conserving Dak's leg. I understand that, but Zeke, I think this is not the beginning of the end, but we all know that running backs have a short shelf life in the NFL.
Yeah, and Zeke's first year, he had 300 something carries, like the
Oh,
NFL
he's
record
been a
for carries.
workhorse for them. That's a lot. Going
Yeah,
back to what we talked about earlier, that's a lot of wear and tear.
I'm not a Cowboy fan. But I'm a big fan of Zeke. Let's just be real.
Be a beast.
Yeah, you got to give respect where respect is due. Now, I will say this in the same sentence. I did not like how the Cowboys handled things the first. I mean, I'll say this. I did like how the Cowboys handled their first year because we ended up winning a Super Bowl in those first 2 years.
Facts.
But I retract my statement because I always like to see good players strive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Zeke carrying the ball 300 times, it didn't do nothing for me. Dak breaking his leg, ankle, etc., didn't do anything for me. You know what I mean? Like, but when it comes to us, I just hope they do the dumb shit when they play us, or when I need them to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the second half of the schedule, from 6 to 10, let's go 6 to 11. Tom Brady at home, Raiders in Vegas, Detroit Lions in Detroit on Halloween. We got the Chargers in LA, the Broncos. I'm sorry, we got the Chargers in Philly, the Broncos in Denver, and we have to play finally the Saints at home. That's winnable.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. 4-1.
Guys,
So you got us 8-2?
I mean, best case scenario, 8-2.
But will we be 8-2? No.
No.
I don't know. I feel like Wes is right. I feel like we have to factor in a lot more stupid shit happening between now and then.
Yeah.
You know what? We have to see. Yeah, we have so many. Most fans look at the whole situation as we looking at. Oh, can we beat them? Can we not beat them? What would they do? What did they do last year? What did they do the year before? And then we don't look at who can get injured. It can take one injury to, let me knock on wood, Jalen Hurts or Devontae Smith or Booby, or even Fletch for that matter, to do something.
Or we got an O-line shit again.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's for the Philadelphia Eagles, it's such a wait and see situation.
Right.
I mean,
I hate it.
We could say the same thing about coaching. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what we're going to get. You're right.
Yeah, and I look at it like this. It's so many different dynamics. As much shit as we talked about Howie's interaction and his picks and his free agency signings going to benefit us or hinder us. How is Nick Sirianni going to coach? Is he going to call his plays, or if his his offensive coordinator is going to call the plays? What's Jonathan Gannon's defense going to look like? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many factors because we don't know. We don't know anything. Even with Chip Kelly, the folks that went to that first game at FedEx Field against RG3, I was one of them.
Yeah, me too.
You're like, what am I walking into here?
Right. What am I walking in? What am I spending my hard-earned money on?
Mm-hmm.
And I was happy. I walked in because, for the 39 or 38 and a half years I've been on this earth, it's been anti-Redskin Washington football team. And I was happy when I walked out. You know what I mean? So it's a sense of, what are we looking for? Like, what are we just a wait and see? Are the expectations like?
I think the expectations are low. And that,
yeah, and it's sad.
You off BG, but that's why I think that the Atlanta game is so pivotal for us and morale. Because I genuinely do think that we could lose that game, and everyone's like, "Oh, Hurts wasn't the answer, or Sirianni, idiot," you know. And so I think if we thunder back and beat the shit out of San Fran at home, I think that'll spin morale around altogether again. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if week 1 is a good litmus test for what this season is going to look like.
I need to go 2-1. Those first 3 games. And the reason why I say that is because those are 3 NFC conference games. Because if you look at the back end, after our bye, we have 4 straight division games.
Yeah.
So
I hate the late season bye, man. I really do.
I'm usually a week 9, week 10 type of guy.
So like it depends on
right down the middle.
The bye may be a great thing depending on what our record is going into the bye and our health, status to the point where we got that late. So it may be a blessing, but it all depends on where we're at when we get to that bye.
I just don't trust us in our record with injuries. That's where I'm at,
But again, I say that based on something that you said. Are we basing that off of what we've seen in the past for our past regime? Are we basing that on just our own free will? That's the crazy part. Right. And that's, honestly, I had to think about that. I had to think about that myself. I'm like, yo, am I basing it off of what Jim Schwartz or Doug or whoever the hell his offensive coordinator was at that time? You know what I mean?
Is the med staff still the same, though? Or are they going to change it up again?
Good question.
That's bring back the fucking smoothies.
Bingo.
There you go.
Shit, I need that recipe in my house.
Yeah,
but you know what? Like it's hard.
You know how I view this season, though? I'm sorry. I see it as Doug's first year. There's a lot of parallels into it in terms of there's an unproven head coach at the moment, rookie head coach. And Jalen Hurts, we saw flashes of brilliance last year, but he's still raw. So we don't know what to expect this coming year. Like, we see the work ethic. We see that he's proven to be the guy, but we don't know what to expect at this moment with this type of offense. We don't know yet. So this is going to be a lot of growing pains this year, and we're going to see what this team could be.
You're absolutely correct. You know what? It's like I said, it's wait and see. That's gonna be the title of this podcast. Wait, no, actually, no. That's gonna be next week. Wait and see, because we don't know what's what. Like, I hate.
Maybe that should be the title.
I'm about to say, Deshaun Watson might get cleared of all charges and we trade for him. Boom. Just saying.
Listen. I don't want Deshaun Watson.
Okay, Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna trade like 5 first rounders for Aaron.
Hey, listen. If I'm gonna
shut the fuck up about it.
Listen. Aaron Rodgers will be on my daggone wall right now.
Oh my!
If I hear that,
yo, sir, if you need a new home for that Carson fathead, I'll put him in my closet.
Listen, I still haven't took him down yet. As I gaze into his eyes.
My favorite pastime.
You gonna have to come get it.
I'll come get that shit.
KP, what you need is a Bryce fathead at this point.
Yeah, well, so my closet doors, maybe I'll put Carson on one and Bryce on the other, and then it's my choose my own adventure,
He'll never leave the house, y'all.
I'll never see y'all again.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
So we're gonna touch on some other things right now. Like that Phillies game last night. Like I'm gonna say this. I'm not a big baseball fan. Up until last night, I had some fun watching with you guys. And as I was watching, I learned a lot about the sport. But especially that 6th to 7th inning. And KP and Wes, this y'all segment, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I bullpen some shit.
I've been telling y'all.
When you have and Andrew McCutcheon is not what he was, but he's still at 64%.
He's a
of what
decent
he
leadoff
was.
hitter. He is what he is.
Right. And then you have KP taught me this last night. Alec Baum, Prodigy. I was listening.
I know you were, but I'm proud of you.
I was listening. You got JT Realmuto, the best catcher in the game. Bryce Harper.
Daddy.
Reese Hoskins still serviceable.
Only when wearing the Jordan ones. That's the only time he balls out.
Yeah, but everybody loves Didi and his mask.
Mm-hmm.
But you got some real hitters, and you have some real hitters to the point where we went up 3-0 by the fourth inning. Was that?
Because Bryce
right, and then they end up coming back. So, like, what the fuck is the problem with the bullpen? Is that drafting or is that free agency? What the fuck is that?
So we are known to have one of the best farm systems in the MLB. You know, our farm system going way back. You know, Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, all those guys came up through the Reading Phillies. They went through the farm system, and so
hold on, me on MLB the show. I'm in the farm system. I'm with the Lehigh Valley, whatever they call it.
Iron Pigs.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
So
yes.
Also BG, but so we've had this tradition for so many years, and with that being said, it's always been kind of more offensively, I guess centric or offensively minded. So I'm seeing kind of this lack of attention to pitching in our farm system. I believe Aaron Nola came up from our farm system, but a lot of our other starters in particular have not. One of the major signings that we had this past offseason was Zach Wheeler, who's like our secondary ace, our second pitcher, who actually is cutting the Nats up right now as we speak and having a really good game.
Okay.
With that being said, we've never really prioritized bullpen pitchers in our farm system. That's something that we have always just kind of signed from people, picked up in free agency. That's why over the offseason, I told you guys about all of the bullpen pitchers that I wanted that we ended up not getting. They went to San Diego, San Francisco, a lot of different West Coast teams. But that has been a very immediate need for the Phils. Additionally, we signed a closer. I believe it was last year or 2 years ago. We got Jose Alvarado. And I told you guys he throws really quickly. But remember how I said with his mechanics, you can tell he doesn't have a lot of control over his fastball. If we could get Alvarado and a few of our other bullpen pitchers who all throw hard, who all throw fast, to learn even a fucking ounce of control, they'd be a lot better. But because we don't have them in our farm system and because we're not getting them young enough, we can't teach them those good habits. So we're kind of just getting these strays from all over the MLB that can't actually pitch. They can just throw really hard. Does that make sense?
Is that on the general manager? Is that on the coaching? Who is that particularly on though?
So I would definitely say that it's definitely a John Middleton thing. So John Middleton is the owner of the Philadelphia Phillies. And over the last few years, as I've mentioned over the last few months, John Middleton came out and said 3 years ago, I'm willing to pay, quote, stupid money to get the Phillies to win a World Series, to get the Phillies to be good, have this championship pedigree. That's why we got Bryce from the Nats. That's why we got JT from the Marlins. That's why we've held on to Aaron Nola all of these years and given all of these guys just mega fucking contracts for their positions. The one thing that John Middleton has not thought to invest in is a bullpen or closing pitching staff.
Okay, so
with that being said, Matt Klentak, who is our GM, he's trying to, kind of pick and choose the most bargain kind of older pitcher guys, or these guys who don't have these major fundamentals like I just mentioned.
Okay, so let me ask you this on that. So I've seen that when it comes to World Series or playoffs, the teams that succeed in the playoffs and the World Series always have great pitching.
Yes.
And the crazy thing about it is the Yankees. The Yankees, I mentioned them for one. The Yankees have always had a stud bullpen and that at least 3 to 4 aces to start. Their rotation has always been, whether it been CC, whether it's been Roger Clemens, it's always been stout. You know what I mean? So
those are priorities.
Yeah, look at the Giants.
Right. So does that need to be a priority? So you got Bryce for 10 years. You have
I think we have him for 11 more now.
11 more, right? So you have all these studs at bat. So I want your particular KP. I want your particular prediction based on what we have now, and our past history. How many World Series do you think that we will have? How many pennants do you think we'll have while Bryce is still here in Philly?
So, kind of to throw this back to something that we spoke about earlier today, BG, I think it was you who said, the Cowboys are built for a shootout. The Cowboys are built to have big offensive games. I mean, Dak is just designed to fucking sling the ball, right?
Right.
Put points on the board.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. We are the Dallas Cowboys of the MLB because, like I just said, John Middleton went out and, spent all of this stupid money on the offensive side of the ball, to build a following, build fan, kind of participation, almost unfortunately like a sideshow type of situation, right? And then we just have not, and we historically don't really, invest in young pitchers and invest in farming young pitchers. Roy Halladay, we brought in. Roy Oswalt, we
brought in. Yeah.
Chris Lee, we brought in.
Well,
None of these guys came from our farm system. So historically,
did Cole come from us?
Yes.
He was in the farm system?
Yes, Cole is a Reading Philly as well. But so with that being said, that is a priority that has been carried out by John Middleton. So with that being said, unless we fix our pitching in the next 2-3 years, I'm not sure that we will win a pennant with Bryce Harper.
Okay, so hold on, I got you, Wes.
I'm sorry, Wes.
With the Steinbrenners, they focused on more. They had a lot of big bats, where it was Teixeira, whether it was Aaron Judge, Derek Jeter, Alex Rodriguez, but they also so the blueprint honestly sounds like with the Yankees, where they had stout pitching with their bullpen, but they also spent money on their bats. Am I wrong?
No,
I'm just observing.
So what the thing is, before the question was asked about, how many, pennants we would have while, Bryce was here, before that question was asked, I was simply going to state, if we're in a game, it's 1-0, and Nola gets pulled, and like the bats aren't working, like, do you believe we'll win the game?
No.
So like, it's got to be an improvement on the bullpen before I can say any wins happen at all. It's that simple.
Absolutely. And a great example, BG, going back to the Yanks, the Yankees brought in CC Sabathia for big fucking money, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right there.
The Phillies cannot win 1- and 2-run games.
Yeah, and I noticed that last night.
It was starting to get close last night, and I was getting pissy. I looked at all of you guys.
I think that was my learning. I think that was where I learned. Like, if you can have as many bats if you want to, but if your pitching is not right, and that's the one thing I've heard when it comes to playoff pitching. Even though the Astros cheated, they still have stout pitching.
Defense still lose championships, and
you know what I mean?
Baseball,
it's so much more of a season of endurance than almost any other sport. I feel like, load management with the NBA is a little similar, but just it's so important to just continue to have not only stout pitching, but healthy pitchers.
Yeah.
Which we also have struggled with over the years throughout the season. And so with that being said, I think even over in the next few years, if we, win the division, make some wild cards over the next few years, unless we make dramatic changes to our bullpen, I don't think we'll go deep in the playoffs.
I look at it like this. I watch baseball because it's a sport, and I try to. I love sports, and I try.
And it's fun to go and hang out with the homies. Hell
yeah! Right, exactly. So I try to look at it as when basketball. It's that break when basketball season is ending and football season is about to start. It's something to watch. So I observe that, you got your starting pitchers, whether it be Randy Johnson, Mariano Rivera, Cliff Lee, and then you go back to the closers. You go to
Mariano was a closer.
Right. I'm sorry. Mariano Rivera was the closer because I'm thinking of my head when you hear the Enter the Sandman. You know what I mean? So it's a lot. Like I'm learning the sport. It's boring as hell. But for anybody that's listening or watching, like when you're trying to understand the sport and the athleticism of it,
MLB is best to watch while either at the stadium or during the playoffs.
Or at a bar.
But
Watching MLB
it
playoffs
is
is
something
intense.
that's better with friends because you do need that context. You kind of do need to have someone to shoot the shit with because it's hard with no context because I got pissy when Alvarado came out last night because I was like, oh, we might be fucked, and you guys were like, well, what do you mean? Like, there's so much nuance to baseball that I think it really is the most social sport to kind of watch and observe because you just need those other people to bounce off of,
Right. And I think it's you have so much downtime when it comes to baseball to the point where like you have to fill that void to the point where like if you're in the house just watching them alone and you have that long, like for instance when they kept fouling balls off, like if you're in the house you cannot.
That Gene Segura with the that was like 12 pitches.
Yes.
I was like,
you legit can't stay sane in the house by yourself watching that. Like you have to be
bored
around.
in the house,
usually my nap time.
Bored. Yes.
Yes.
And then you'll mess around and walk away from the TV and just completely forget about the game because
I just put it on in the background when I'm making dinner.
Right.
I was watching it when I was waiting for my stir fry to boil, Wesley.
Yeah, it's nap time for me. Wow.
Oh shit!
But you have a beer, you make dinner, you hear T-Mac and them on in the background. But I'm not, and you guys know how much I love the Phils and how much I pay attention. But I'm not like it's Thursday night. I need to watch Bryce play the Padres. Like no, it's not designed to be that.
Because that's why it's a marathon, 162 damn games.
Yeah.
That shit is nice.
So let's talk some basketball right now.
Oh boy.
For what?
You
I'm
just
sorry,
mad 'cause
Wesley, are you bitter about the Celtics?
He is.
Oh damn, man, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. I'm not bitter. I already know who's winning the chip, so there's not nothing to be bitter about.
You think Brad Stevens going to be out by the end of the year?
Nah, he won't be. Nah, he'll be back.
I give him 2 years.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I feel like he's got another year.
No, I know this year and the next year.
Yeah, like he'll be back. He'll be back for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like he just got I ain't gonna say he got a free pass, but he got a pass based off the Jaylen Brown injury, so that helped him out.
I really thought Celtics would be like a top 3 team. Talent wise, stay where they are.
You guys do have the talent.
No, so what it is though, like it's to the point where like, where did we finish last year? 3rd, I think, in the East.
3rd, I think.
Yeah, so like it was just more so like all year, like when Tatum got COVID. And like it took him a while to get his shit together, and then it's just been
back,
So and it's just like the chemistry is just off, and it is what it is. It's like you chalk that shit up and keep it moving.
Yeah, I wish my Sixers would have messed around and clinched the #1 spot last night.
Yeah, but it's the most Sixer shit to fucking fumble the bag.
Absolutely, no, it's the most Philly thing to do.
Even Doc Rivers was just like, that was a mess. We didn't execute. Sorry. Like, he was like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
Well, hey, Chris, where the Bulls at?
We suck.
Oh, y'all not in the play-in? Y'all not in the play-in?
Fuck, no, we're not. No. We're not going to make it anyways, even if we are in the play-ins. We ain't going to make it.
Okay. Y'all won't even make it in the NIT.
Hornets are what? Hornets are 8. Wiz are 9, right?
Damn, that was mean.
Wait, what?
He said y'all wouldn't even make it in the NIT.
Fuck you.
NIT, not in the tournament.
You ain't lying, though. Shit.
Hey, we're about to wrap this thing up, though. But you know what? The schedule's out. We can decide what we're going to do. It's a lot of games that the BFM want to go to and make an appearance. We're going to be at a couple home games. If not all of us, one of us, 2 of us, or 3 of us.
Just track us down. And yes, more Phillies games, people.
Yes.
Doing it.
Listen, you're going to find KP at a Phillies game.
I mean, I might be streaking on the field.
Yeah.
But I'll be there. Just bail me out of jail after.
They're not.
Just give me your account information so I can bail you out.
You fuckers are my first phone call, so
I got you.
No, Sophie probably is because now she's graduating law school. So.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Congrats to her.
Real shit. Congratulations to Sophie.
Big congrats to our queen, Sophie A. Edbrook, Juris Doctor in sports and entertainment law.
Really?
We're gonna have her on retainer.
So, oh wow.
Yeah. I just looked them up. They start. Oh, I'm late on that.
Hey, what I tell y'all last night?
$6.50.
Yeah, I just looked
Christ!
I looked them up on Ticketmaster just now. It's still on my phone. Yes.
All right,
Yes.
listen,
Yeah,
BG,
what-
I'm sorry
what-
for the ugly face this
You probably
time.
can't
This
see
is
it, but it's
justified.
Listen.
for nosebleeds at $6.50.
Listen. If the BFM is not in Vegas for the if we're in Vegas, we ain't there for the game. The prices like that. We're gonna be at somebody's bar or somebody's TV, and we're watching that shit there. Straight up.
Yes, and yes.
We're
We'll
probably
be-
gonna be in Vegas.
We might as well just get the hangover suite.
Hey, I'll bring the tiger. Just kidding. I'll just bring Harper.
Listen. I don't drink. I don't drink something.
Yeah, no.
Sir, you definitely were carrying a plastic flask last night, but that's fine.
Don't you be telling my damn business.
Well, you
As
already
he,
know
as he
it's
just
fucking
took a drink,
Dr.
as he said he
Lex
didn't drink, but
full-fledged,
you
so-
missed that.
Whatever. But you know what? We're gonna have some trips ready, and we're gonna be at some home games too. So we'll let y'all know the info as it gets closer. But as we usually do, Chris, tell them where to subscribe.
All right, everybody. You can subscribe to us at iTunes and Spotify under Birds Forever Mob. And for anybody listening through iTunes, not only should subscribe, but leave us a comment and leave us a rating. Let us know how we're doing. We appreciate the constructive criticism. Leave us some ideas for us to pull off in the future. We greatly appreciate it.
Oh man, my man. Wes, where they gonna follow us at, bro?
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Birds Forever Mob.
Woo! You can
Anybody
find all
got-
of our shit posts also connected to Birds Forever Mob on Twitter. So
Listen, I got my Twitter on here. Y'all know I don't give a fuck. I am the innovator of violence.
that's true.
Fuck them if you want to. But I'm a loving person. I'm still a sweetheart. KP tell them I'm a
Glittering
sweetheart.
energy.
There it is. Anybody got any final thoughts?
Well, let's just hope that the season is not piss poor like last season. How about that?
I am excited for next week. I, as usual, am talking out of my ass, but I think we should definitely talk about a few other interesting schedule things going on around the league, which, I'm sure we will. But just a preview, my sweet, precious redheaded prince has to play Russ in the Seahawks week 1. Guys, you knew it was coming. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. Some of it is silence for Bay, but we'll talk more about it next week. I had to prep.
You did that. You did that.
I had to prep the
You
same
did
thing
that.
that I'm going to do next week.
By week 6, I'll know if we're still some shit. There we go.
We will forever be some shit.
Hey,
Right.
I do have a question though. BG and I had a little discussion about this yesterday. It's about
I know.
the Tim
Yeah.
Tebow controversy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about if asked me if I
Is that something we should tackle next week? Because I have a lot of feelings.
We can wait.
Thank
Wait
God.
till next week. Wait till
Sorry,
next
Chris.
week.
I just wow.
Listen. That's gonna be a little spicy. That's gonna be a little
BG
spicy.
was like, huh?
We got to figure out how to get we got to figure out how to get Dre on that since it's his Florida boy. But
Yes.
yeah, that's gonna be a little spicy. But you know what? Everything y'all said was right. And with that being said, we out.
Peace.